Hey guys, Mika here, and I'm bringing you a very special ukulele from Pepe Romero, one of the grandmasters in the classical guitar world, as well as the ukulele world as luthiers and players. This is a magnificent instrument from them. This is a grand tenor, or part of the grand tenor series, and boy, let me tell you, the sound of this is absolutely crazy, and I really can't wait to get into the sound logistics of this. But before then, let me go over some of the aesthetics. This one has really nice baked golden torrefied spruce here on the front of the instrument, as well as nice walnut sides and back with some of the curls going inwards like this, facing the middle strip of the center of the instrument. And it's decorated with the black ebony bindings on the back as well as the front. And if you look at the front, you can even see a little bit of that red and black purfling, real light in color, but I promise you it's there, right all the way around the ukulele. And then we also have this nice little decorative wood purfling or inlay around the rosette of the instrument. It's two layers of black on the outside and the inside that wraps around, and then there's some streaks of the wood in the center, both the black parts of the rosette, and then in the middle of both of the black parts of the rosette is this kind of like, reminds me of rope binding, but it's two pieces of wood, one that's stained red and then the other is more of a natural wood color, and that's what you get on the inside of the rosette. And the angle of the stripes within the black part of the rosette, it almost angles like a fan, so it has this very whirlpool spiral kind of effect. So very mesmerizing and very cool to have as a rosette. Then we have rosewood bridge, fretboard, as well as the headstock. And then you have your pearl markers on your 5th, 7th, 10th, and 12th fret of the instrument. We also have it here on the sides. We have a mahogany neck, gloss finish, nice big gold, black gold toe tuners. And then also something to note on this is that this may look like a gloss finish, but this is actually a gloss finish using the French polish technique, which is a very time intensive technique of literally, I don't know all the logistics of it, but essentially you're rubbing the finish and you take a rag and you're just rubbing it bit by bit, and you just do it until the whole thing is coated evenly. It's a very time intensive process. So this ukulele has received a lot of love in this, and it's an absolutely beautiful instrument altogether. This one even boasts an LR Bags 5.0 pickup right here, so you're ready to go gigging or go into the studio and do some of your finest work with this instrument. Now, getting into the sound, one of the things I really love about Pepe Romero ukuleles is that they do a good job of getting such a nice big projection, or big sound with a lot of projection, which reminds me a lot of really good classical guitars. And essentially, I was a classical guitar player in college at the University of Hawaii for 2 years before I moved on and ended up just kind of sticking with ukulele. But when I was a classical guitar player, I played some really good stuff, whether it was my professor stuff or my other colleagues or my other students that were also classical guitar majors, and I played some really good stuff. And this ukulele reminds me of that kind of classical guitar sound, which is very articulate, a lot of clarity, a lot of big sound, a lot of projection, and just a lot of good things. And to capture that in an ukulele is really good, because you get this kind of really big meaty sound, a lot of sound underneath the instrument, a lot of clarity, like on the A string, beautiful vibrato on the E string. Listen to that, so warm, so clean all the way up in the 10th, 12th, 15th. But you can hear vibrato on the 15th fret. That marks a really good ukulele. That's so clean, but so warm at the same time, but also really nice, big, forward sound. So with this ukulele, you don't have to strum or pluck really loud. You can if you want to play for someone that's 50 feet across the room, which we don't really want to do that. If someone's sitting 10 feet in front of you, really, you only have to play. I'm playing really soft. I'm playing right by the 12th fret, so I'm being very delicate, but yet it still travels and projects really well. You still get a really nice, rounded, full sound. Even the harmonics, super clean. So whether you want to strum, nice big sound, but very clean. It's not muddy, it's not too much, it's not boomy, just very clean. But if you want to do fingerstyle, nice and balanced and note separation, meaning when I pluck each string, every string is very clean. Nothing gets muddied over, nothing gets overtaken or overpowered by another string. Very clean across the board, even up here on the 10th and 12th fret. Just very clean. All of these more complicated chords. Very clean, all the way down the fretboard. Beautiful stuff from this instrument. So let's go ahead and dive into a sound sample. Let's play a nice little melodic tune. Just again, such a nice sound, so easy to play. The action on it's really nice. Just something quick to note that this is a 1.5 inch nut. So for those of you who are, say, guitar players trying to go down to the ukulele, it's going to be a little easier to transition because you have a wider nut, meaning that there's more spacing in between each of the strings. So you just have a little more room to finger your chords if you're used to the bigger nut width coming from the guitar. If you have, say, bigger hands, I feel like I have like mid-sized hands, so I'm used to more like the 1.38 inch or more traditional size of the necks. But for those of you who do prefer a wider neck or just want a little more string spacing because you find yourself, oh, I just don't have enough room to make my fingers with the chords, then this is a nice ukulele to go ahead and pick up. I also like the neck spacing or the neck width and thickness of it. It's pretty much right in the middle of being traditional. It's not thick, it's not too thin. It's pretty much what I like to think more on the traditional side. It's a little flatter on the bottom, so for those of you who prefer a slightly flatter neck in the middle, this is what this instrument has, versus some instruments are just really curved altogether. So it just depends on your preference. One's not better than the other. It just depends on your playing preference. But I just want to go ahead and illuminate those things on this instrument. So this instrument with a little bit of strumming, and again, I don't have to strum loud on this because this thing is just, it's a cannon. I love it. So here we go.